Today was a really rough day for me, y'all. How I've like kind of thought about pulling out of the marathon. So let's talk about it. Hey guys, you're watching my real life vlogs. Welcome back, welcome back. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Y'all, today is a beautiful spring day in Chicagoland. This is one of the nicer days we've had. It's very windy though, but as nice as the weather was today, this was actually one of my worst days. So let's talk about it. Annie. So Annie girl just got home from school, and so she's having her little afternoon snack and playing with her iPad and having an entire disagreement with herself, okay? She is over here really spazzing, but this is pretty typical of when she comes home from school. She's just gotta let it all out. So anyway, y'all see me in my activewear because I'm getting ready to do a quick interval run. This one's going to be tough. We're gonna be running in the 8-minute mile range, so it's going to be tough, but I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just gonna do it on the treadmill because I didn't get to do it earlier. And that brings me to the whole point of this. Today was a really rough day for me, y'all. So I woke up bright and early. Well, I guess it actually starts last night. It starts last night when, you know, everything was fine. I had like the girls, they had their dinner. I was able to clean up the house. You know, the typical evening wind down routine. It was going so smooth. Everybody got their baths. Ann was in bed. Ava was in bed. I was chilling in my bed, my regular night routine. And then all of a sudden, the girls just decided that they weren't gonna go to sleep at their regular scheduled program time. And Ann was getting out the bed and running around the house. And then Ava was like, let's have a party. So she was up screaming, come and get me out of this bed. And so I had to basically rock her to sleep like a little baby. But all of that took a long time. So Annie girl, shh. So they didn't actually end up going to sleep until like 11 something. And then finally I had some time to myself and I ended up staying up later than I needed to. So I didn't go to bed until after midnight. Had to still wake up at the regular time, do Ava's physical therapy, get breakfast going, get Ann off to school, all this stuff. And I was standing in the kitchen about to eat my breakfast and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I am exhausted. I cannot do anything right now. I cannot make no moves. Ain't no workout about to happen. Today would have been the perfect day to go outside and run. I had to let all of that go and I ate my little bowl of oatmeal and I told Anthony like, hun, I have a headache. Like, I feel dizzy a little bit. So I went straight to bed and I slept the afternoon away. So it is literally 4:30 p.m. and I feel like my day is just getting started. And here's the thing, y'all, I'm not really a nap person. Like, I never get to take naps. It's hard for me to just shut my brain off sometimes. So when I lay down in the bed, I don't even, like, I had to ask Anthony, like, was I asleep? Like, I don't even remember falling asleep. I don't remember anything about the sleep experience. I just remember getting in the bed and just laying there and being like, I know it's gonna be hard to fall asleep, but I need to do it. Something's gotta happen here. And so apparently I went to sleep. Apparently I had a good nap. And when I woke up, Ava was taking a nap because she needed it too. And so now we're all back on track. Feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm feeling rested, I'm feeling eager to get on this treadmill and push through a really hard workout. So I'm really, really excited to have gotten some sleep. So I just wanted to pop in. You know, I be wanting to keep it real with y'all about some of my struggles and things, and getting enough sleep is high on my list of things that I need to work on. It's so hard to shut down at night. It's so hard to synchronize my sleep schedule with these kids. Y'all know my oldest daughter, Ann, she's on the spectrum and we have a lot of behavior challenges that we have to get through the day, and getting to bed at night is one of those challenges. And while we've made a lot of progress through the years, and I can't even complain because it used to be much worse, we still struggle a bit. And some nights Ann is just like, tonight is the night. I'm gonna give you the hardest time this week, you know? And so we just never know when she's gonna do that. And then Ava is so impressionable right now. She just does everything Ann does. Like, she wants to eat everything that's on Ann's plate. She wants the iPad because she sees Ann with the iPad. Like, she just wants to be like her. And when Ann is up at night and Ava can hear her stirring, she wants to be up too. And she wants to be up and she wants to be in her room with her. And I'm just like, no! So yeah, last night was a struggle, but I feel like we got caught up. Shout out to my husband for getting in there and allowing me to get a really good quality nap, making sure the house was quiet for me and everything else. So that's just one of those things, y'all, but I'm getting through it and everything. And I hope you guys are doing great in the spaces that you're in. Now I gotta talk about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. Y'all know I'm real big on the mental health conversation. And these days it's been more about really using therapy as a tool to get better, to better navigate your life and relationships and feelings and thoughts. It is so important and it is such a huge part of my journey and my life. And so with BetterHelp, as you know, they're an online talk therapy solution. So if you do find yourself in need of a therapy program, BetterHelp makes it really easy to get started and to follow through with your therapy appointments because everything is online. You don't have to leave your house. You don't even have to leave your bedroom if you don't want to. You can carry out your sessions right from your phone or on your computer. I do both at times, just depending on the situation. And I have literally learned so much being in therapy, you guys. It has really truly been a game changer for my life. I've really learned how to better manage my emotions, how to sort through them, how to make sense of them. If I'm experiencing a certain emotion, I have gotten a lot more mature in how to handle it. I've learned how to, I guess you could say, self-soothe. I don't necessarily need as much external validation about the things that I'm going through. I'm able to really unpack them on my own. And I know I've grown because I've helped other people, you know, come to certain realizations in their lives. And I've introduced so many people to talk therapy. And it's just really been so rewarding for me because, you know, as you grow in your life, it's kind of important for the people around you to also be experiencing growth. And I have recommended BetterHelp to so many people. I've put them on and other folks have experienced so many life improvements. And shh, Annie, I'm talking to my friends. You gotta be quiet. So it has truly been great. So I always want to recommend BetterHelp to you guys, especially if you are still in the market for a therapist. I'm just gonna tell you, okay, BetterHelp offers one of the most seamless ways to get started with talk therapy because you're able to choose your therapist with your own criteria, right? So if you are very particular, you only wanna talk to women, you only wanna talk to people that look like you and have had your experiences, you can do that vetting process through the BetterHelp platform. They make it really easy. And it's really just one of those things where you can have as much therapy or as little as works for you. There's been times in my life where I have felt that I needed more therapy, right? I needed my sessions to occur more frequently. I could go and like make that arrangement with my therapist and talk to her more about a particular topic just to help me get through it. And then there's times in my life where I felt like I pretty much had everything under control so I could tone down my therapy. And I've had it to where it was only happening once every other week, you know? I like having a strategy, you know, sitting down with my therapist and saying, you know, hey, this is where I'd like to be at this point in my life. So let's make sure that those sessions are geared towards those goals, you know? So it's not just a willy-nilly thing where you're just every week just hopping on a call with somebody and just talking about random stuff. It can truly be something structured and you can have particular goals in mind. And that's what I love about it. I just can't give it enough credit. It has truly changed my life. And I don't use it as like a pacifier for like if something happens, I run to therapy. Therapy is like what I do before the problem occurs, right? So when I do come in contact with some difficult emotions, I have the tools to work through them. And there have been times where I've doubted whether or not therapy was working, and then I find myself in a challenging situation, and then I would be thinking about, you know, the things that I talked about with my therapist, and I was able to navigate them so much easier. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's working. Yep, it's working. Annie girl, you gotta be quiet, okay? Are you eating your carrots? Give me a kiss. You eating all those carrots? Okay, you eating your lunch? Okay. So now is a great time for you guys to try out BetterHelp. If you haven't already, I do have a special discount for my viewers. And if you check the link in the description box and click on it, it's gonna take you to my landing page. When you sign up today, you're gonna receive 10% off your first month of therapy. All you have to do is visit betterhelp.com/MsVaughn and sign up today. It's very easy and you're not gonna regret it. And special thanks once again to my friends at BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. But yeah, with all this marathon training and stuff, y'all, like sleep is so important. Like it's really shining a mirror on me. Like you ain't getting enough sleep, because if you want to figure out whether or not your sleep quality is up to par, try training for a marathon. Oh yeah, it's gonna all be revealed. So my sleep quality is crap. So I definitely need to work on that. I've actually even had some really dark ideas about having to drop out of the marathon. It has crossed my mind at least twice, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, because I'm like, I cannot carry on the way that I've been carrying on. If I don't get sleep, I can't train, you know, and if I can't train, I cannot run the marathon. Like, that's a given. I will absolutely have an injury. I will absolutely come close to death if I try to run a marathon without training. So yeah, it has crossed my mind. I've been hesitant to even really think it through of what it would be like to have to drop out of a marathon. So that's one of the things I'm working on to get my sleep more improved so I can train better and more efficient, because I will drop out if my health is in question, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get downstairs and get this interval run done before Ava wakes up. So let's go. Meanwhile, my computer mouse is over here charging. This is the worst thing about Apple's design. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, I don't know who told them that that was okay. I really thought I was about to go work out, and then look what I see on the baby monitor. Oh my goodness. Annie has a new hairstyle. This is a protective hairstyle. Girl, Anne's shrinkage is so real. Let them see your shrinkage, Annie. Let them see your shrinkage. Girl, her shrinkage is just... So I just did some cornrows across the front. And then we did 2-strand twists for the rest of the braid. And then for the back, we just did all 2-strand twists. Y'all know Anne be tripping when I do her hair. So this was a shampoo condition type of thing. And she was really... Hold on, girl. And she wasn't really letting me do it. Like, she's not even really letting me touch it right now. This is what she does when I'm trying to wash her hair and do everything. When I was trying to part it and all that. So it's not as cute as I know how to do it, because she won't ever let me. I was testing it out to see if this would work while I'm gone on the cruise, so that Anthony would not have to be struggling with her hair. And so this was just like a practice run. And I think it turned out good. I would love to do the back in smaller sections, but she wouldn't let me. As you can see, she's trying her best to get away. Get back here, Annie girl. She could wear it like this, or we could do it up in like a little ponytail type of thing, or we could even do like a half up, half down, and she could wear it like that. She could do little buns. If you really needed to, this could be taken down and worn as a really cute twist out in the back, and then the front could stay braided. So it's one of those hairstyles that's like has multiple uses, and this is kind of what I was going for, since I'm not going to be here to dictate her hair. So what do y'all think? Do you think this was a good idea? Hey, put that lemon back. You're not eating. Halfway into the workout, we had to change a diaper. We had to change a diaper halfway in. Somebody has to join me down here because they keep on crying. Average pace, 8 minutes, 42 seconds. Woo! It's okay, baby. Almost done. No pain. Woo! No pain. Woo! All done. It was only 4 miles. Got it done. It felt good, y'all. It felt really, really good. Ann, turn that down a little bit. Turn it down. It's too loud, Ann. Thank you, sweet girl. Y'all, this was the longest it ever took for me to get a workout done. Today was rough. I didn't even show y'all, but before I even went to start my workout, I had to take the girls outside for like an hour because they were standing at the back door like, you know, looking at the little playground thing, wanting to go out. So I let them go out for about an hour. Ava got on the swings and got on the trampoline. And then I was looking at my watch and I was like, y'all, we gotta get back in here so I can get this workout done. So I got it done before 7. It's 6:59, so I got it done. I got it done. I got it done. Now it's almost time to start the bedtime routines and everything. Get some snacks all around for everyone because they already had dinner, but it was kind of early, so they might need some snacks. Yeah, girl, got it finished. It felt really good to be running in the 8-minute mile pace zone. It felt really, really good. I just need to do that outside, like not on the treadmill, because when you're on the treadmill, your cadence is a little bit more controlled, and that's not really a realistic scenario when you're running on pavement. And I want to mimic the race course as often as possible through my training. So while it did feel good to do it on the treadmill, I was able to accurately calculate the pace and all that. I really want to recreate that, you know, outside, because the treadmill is really a last resort for me when I can't get outside. You go, Ann, let's put your hair up. No, no, don't touch that. No, 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 leave it there. I don't know. You weren't ready to get out the tub, I know, but you kept messing with Ann. Yeah, you kept messing with Ann. Yeah, your bath time is all done. All done. All done, sweet baby. We gotta say goodnight to Ian. Say goodnight, Ian. Bye-bye. Goodnight, Ian. Ian, get in that bed, girl. Get in the bed. I know. You ready to go to sleep? It is past your bedtime. It is past your bedtime. I know. I know. I know. Lay down. Lay down right here. I know, it's so cozy. It's so cozy and nice. Get under the blanket. Wait. I'm gonna turn your lamp off. Good night. Okay, that's the end of that. Girl, I didn't even tell y'all. We got new doors, but they need to be painted. But yeah, these are new. Okay. Scruffy is as Scruffy does. Anthony got me this. I saw it on my desk when I came back from Panama. He's so funny. It's like a little paper clip. Okay, so the girls are finally down, and as you can see, I am way behind schedule. But I can't even blame nobody but me, because I was up in here after I took my shower from working out. I was in here trying on bathing suits, y'all. Like, these aren't even new bathing suits. Okay, I was trying them on because I had bought these new from Amazon, these little breast shaper things, like these inserts for your bathing suit, or I guess you could put them in your bra too, but I need them for my bathing suits because the ones that I have no padding in them. You know, I've gotten older, I've had 2 kids, like I need a little shaping, you know, at the top. So I was just putting those inserts in and just trying it on to see how it looks, and girl, it looks so good. I gotta put y'all on, I gotta send y'all the links. They're just these little pads, like foam pads, and you just slip them inside the bathing suit in between the lining, and it stays put, it doesn't move, and it definitely gives a little bit more shaping. It doesn't give support, it just gives shaping. It gives the padded bra effect, and I really like it. It looks so natural and so good. I was just trying those on, and before I knew it, like an hour went by, and I was like, whoops. So I had to hurry up and go fix myself something to eat. I basically just ate some of the leftover steak from lunch, and I just made a little wrap out of it. And then I was like, oh my God, like I gotta get the girls in the bath. So they took a bath together, and y'all, when they were taking the bath, Ann said Ava's name for the first time ever. And I was just like, oh my God, I wish I was recording it so I could show Anthony. But she said Ava loud and clear. So she's been doing a lot more trying to speak lately, and I don't know what's changed, but she's definitely been trying to say things a lot more these days, and we're really happy about that. A long time ago, we had stopped like expecting improvement, so to speak, with Ann's condition, and like, you know, hoping for change and all this. We kind of stopped doing that. And not to say that you can't have hope, you know, if your kid is on the spectrum and nonverbal, but what I'm saying is we stopped looking towards the future and started living more in the moment and just appreciating what we have. We have a healthy, happy kid. We need to just take that in and soak up that, versus always thinking about what if, you know, things could be better, things could be this, things could be that. We kind of just stopped doing that, and I feel like when we did, she's like taken off on her own. So, you know, having expectations can be good, but sometimes you got to know when to stop pushing for more and just appreciate what you have. So I was talking to my little sister Mumu today, and I was just telling her about like this marathon training and stuff, and like how it's really been wearing on me because I don't necessarily live the lifestyle for all this training and all this sleep that you need and stuff. I'm in week 8 now of my training, so you know, things have been getting real, and I'm starting to feel the burn, you know, of lack of sleep and like, you know, really trying to fit these trainings into my lifestyle. And it's really been a challenge. And I was just, you know, sharing with her some of the challenges, and I was opening up to her about how I've like kind of thought about pulling out of the marathon. And she didn't respond yet. Oh yes, she did. I'll read it when I'm done talking to y'all. She responded. But yeah, I was just telling her, you know, how hard it's been and stuff. And I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit more about that, because I don't think I ever even mentioned to y'all like how I even got into running, or like why I'm running a marathon. So I can talk to y'all about that real quick while I wind down and get tired so I can go to sleep on time. Yeah, my passion for running goes way back. It's such a journey. I was never a runner. It used to be so hard, it just felt impossible. And I remember when I first was challenged to run, I was in high school and I was trying to train for naval boot camp. I was in ROTC, Navy ROTC, and I wanted to go to the boot camp program at Great Lakes, but you had to kind of compete for a spot because they could only send so many students, and I really wanted to go, and I had to pass the PT test, and there was all these requirements for the test. You had to do so many push-ups in a certain amount of time. You had to do so many sit-ups, and then you had to run a mile in under 13 minutes. And I remember trying to practice for it. Just a mile, girl, 1 mile. And it was so hard. I remember thinking like, how am I supposed to run without dying? Like I was coughing, like everything. Imagine 1 mile in 13 minutes and you're 17 years old. You know, it should be easy to do, but I really couldn't do it. And I ended up passing the test, barely, girl. Like I ended up passing the test. I did all the requirements. And I remember just, it was that point forward that I always thought of how challenging running was and how I would not be satisfied in this life if I couldn't conquer running. And so, you know, high school came and went. I went off to college, and I had a roommate at the time who was a high school track athlete. She wasn't on the track team, you know, in college, but she would always wake up and be like, I'm going to the rec center to run some laps on the track. And I used to want to go with, you know, because I wanted to stay active, and, you know, they had a gym in there and all this other stuff you could do. So I was like, I'll go with you, you know, and she would do her runs. And I would try to run with her, and I could maybe do 1 lap before it felt like death. And yeah, it was just always a challenge, like running. And I always was thinking like, I gotta master this. So I started going more regularly with this girl, and I was getting a little bit better. I could run my 4 laps and do a mile, and I felt pretty good about it. And then running kind of took a backseat after that. You know, I joined my sorority, getting into different social things, and, you know, the athletic stuff, the active stuff kind of went out the window. And then after college, I wasn't really, you know, working out, just kind of getting into the workforce and doing my own thing. It wasn't until like I started dating Anthony that I was getting a little bit more, like leaning a little more into fitness, because he was all about it. Especially earlier on, he was like, you know, he's the one that introduced me to juicing, and, you know, he's the one who bought our first juicer, and he was the one with the gym membership, and he was the fitness person. I wasn't. So I would like, you know, go to the gym with him. We would do different little workouts and stuff. And then my sister Michi was like, we need to be like running on the treadmill. And that ended up becoming like the thing to do at the gym. You would get on the treadmill. And then I had friends in corporate at that time, like coworkers and stuff, who were into running, and we would just kind of run at the gym at the job. You know, they had a gym in the building. We would just run in the gym together. So then running became like this thing where it was like, all right, you gotta run if you wanna be fit. You gotta have like cardiovascular health. And so I still wasn't taking it really seriously. I still hadn't done any races or anything yet, but it was just the thing, like you go to the gym, you run. You can lift some weights, you can do some other stuff on the machines, but you need to be running. Fast forward, my passion for running just became more materialized. I remember buying my first treadmill and having that thing in our condo that we lived in when Ann was a baby, and I was just always running. And then I decided to start like taking on some races. I did a couple local 5Ks and realized those were really, really hard, but I could still do them. I could still complete them. And then I just started getting competitive with it. I wanted to do more. I wanted to run faster. I wanted to run longer. You know, you just challenge yourself. So that kind of became a thing. And it's always been a recreational thing, but I always wanted to master it. I wanted to be like, I can run, you know, and then it became like a survival thing because I'm like, if something were to happen, I gotta be able to get away or get towards something quickly or get away from something quickly. And I just felt like running, improving my running would just help me improve my life. And then I guess most recently, I was motivated to do the marathon because I've been more into the study of the human body and realizing what humans were actually designed to be able to do, and running is what humans are specialized to do. It just seems like all the other athletic things that exist for us as possibilities, we become better at those things when we're able to master the one thing that we were designed to do, and that's running. So I became all in, like full commitment, like I gotta be a runner. And I wanted to run the marathon because that's like the height of human endurance, the marathon, you know, all around the world. Like anybody who can do a marathon is peak human fitness, you know, in my eyes. And so it's really something that you just prove to yourself that you can do it. It helps to improve my mental health. If I need to really focus on something, if I go run on it, it's almost like I'm meditating on it. I have a greater understanding of it when I'm done. My body feels better. My mobility from my head to my toes is all improved. There's no pain in my body. Cardiovascularly, I feel like I'm at the top of my game, and I'm 42 years old. I can hold my breath for a really long time underwater now, you know. I can tackle stairs. I can pick up my children. I can play with my dog. It's just like it improves my life, like in a lot of ways. The ability to run, right? Being able to run feels like a privilege. Running feels like a birthright. It feels like the thing that I should be able to do because of the body that I'm in. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel connected to my true nature. And I just really want to tackle the marathon. And this is just my first one. I probably will do other ones, but the first one is like really special. So I really want to get it right. You know, I don't want to get out there and have like this huge let down, this, you know, make a really big mistake. You know, I don't want to miss anything. I want to do it properly. So it's really important to me to be able to stick with my training and, you know, put my best foot forward and give it my best. So that's why I'm really trying so hard to figure out how to make my schedule work for the training that I need. But yeah, running is in my heart, you know, it's in my heart. And then when I look at all the really great runners who ever lived, you know, people of African descent, you know, it all makes sense. It just makes sense for me to run. Like, you know, I look up to some of the world's greatest runners. I look up to them in a big way. So running is my passion, recreationally, of course. I'm just doing it for fun and for health, you know, but it is definitely in my heart. And it was something that me and my sister shared together. It was something that we did together. So whenever I run and I'm listening to, you know, the music that we would listen to together, it's just like, it puts me in such a good headspace. It really heals anything that is awry in my mind. It becomes healed after I run. So yeah, that's my little story. That helped because now I'm a little bit more tired since I've been sitting here talking to y'all. So time for bed. Let me grab my water. I'll see y'all in the morning. Oopsie, got a little too much sleep, overslept, so now we're rushing. No regrets though, because I got 8.5 hours of sleep. Just gonna pack her breakfast and lunch to go. Doggy is upstairs getting her dressed, toothbrushed and everything else. So lunch had to be quick today, everything prepackaged, but still her favorite stuff. And she's gonna take one of Ava's yogurts. They have a field trip today, so I wanna make sure I pack enough snacks. Going to the animal farm. AAC device, folder, lunch. Oh yeah, and I gotta pack her little water bottle. Put your foot in here. It's a rainy day, so you're gonna wear your rain boots, okay? Push. Good job. This one. Stand up. Good job. You're gonna be so cute at the animal farm today. Are you excited? You excited? Yay, mommy kiss. Let me see your hair. It's holding up so well. And it smells so nice. Ready for school? You'll still be on time. Daddy gonna drop you off. You just missed the bus, that's all. You just missed the bus ride, that's all. Oh, Annie, bye-bye, sweet girl. Have fun. Bye. So I'm sitting here texting with my sister, and y'all know she lives in Boston, and her run group were at the Boston Marathon. They weren't running. One of the runners from the group qualified and was running, but she was there as a spectator, and she just sent me the video of the winner of the marathon, the female. The way I would have been screaming, y'all. Look at her. There she go. Oh my God, just a rush. My chest. Y'all, I'm in here like misty-eyed. Like I just get so thrilled by stuff like that. She was a Kenyan. You know, them Kenyans running the marathons, okay? They just dominate. It ain't even fair. Oh man, my body, just the rush, the chills. Amazing. Anyway, y'all, let me go get myself cleaned up. It's been a crazy last 24 hours, but y'all have been hanging with me the whole time. So I appreciate and I thank y'all for that. Y'all the real MVPs. I gotta get out of here though, because it's time to start my rest day. I look forward to these rest days, hun. And I got 8.5 hours of sleep last night. I'm feeling good. And I just gotta get some work done on my computer today. Today in real time is exactly 1 week out for me and Ava's 9-day cruise, and we're really excited about it. So I'm about to actually start packing up stuff. I brought the luggages upstairs last night, so I'm just gonna start putting some stuff in them and getting organized and staying on top of things, because it's a different ball game when you are traveling with a little toddler. It ain't the same as when you can hustle and bustle by yourself. So I have to be completely organized and ready, and I gotta do a dry run with the luggage to make sure I can carry everything by myself, because I'm not going to have guaranteed help, so I need to make sure I can handle everything on my own. Yeah, I gotta bring equipment and stuff. It's gonna be something else, but I'm so looking forward to it. And I know Ava is going to love her first cruise. Make sure you check the description box down below for the link to sign up for BetterHelp. Remember, you're gonna get 10% off your first month when you use my discount. And the reason I do these sponsorships, because I want everybody to have access to psychotherapy, talk therapy. The benefits are just invaluable, and I am a living proof of that, and I want to share that with my audience and as many people as I can in my real life. And if you ask them, they'll tell you, yeah, she do. She be promoting it. So today in this vlog, you guys watched me literally in real time overcome the urge to quit my marathon training. I hope y'all know that. I think I made it out on the other side, more confident, a little bit stronger, and just realizing that this is part of the process. Every pro athlete you talk to, every person who's done multiple marathons will tell you somewhere in your training, you're gonna wanna quit. You're gonna be questioning whether or not you're capable of even finishing this thing. And I got to experience that. That's the first time. I'll probably experience it a couple more times before August. But what I can promise though throughout this entire process is that I will continue to give this thing my all. I will continue to overcome challenges. I will continue to try my best. Every challenge that comes up, I will be forthcoming with you guys about it. I will be sharing those experiences, not just the good stuff, not just when I run great runs. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I think that's important. That's an honest review of what it looks like to train for your first marathon. And I really only wanna do honesty around here. Sometimes I have to be careful not to reveal too much and to have some privacy, but honesty is freedom. You know, I'm free when I can just talk about things that are actually happening, when I can be real with myself and with y'all. Like, I feel free, and I wouldn't want to feel any other way. So thank you for listening. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here and get my day going, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.